Welcome, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. We are breaking down a truly dramatic and, honestly, historic match from the FIFA World Cup 2026. We're talking about the epic clash between Uzbekistan and Colombia. Whether you're a lifelong fan of the beautiful game or, just fascinated by those massive narratives that unfold on the global stage, this match has literally everything you could want. We're talking immense pride, established titans, relentless pressure, and moments of absolute pure shock. Let's unpack exactly how this matchup played out, tracing the emotional highs and those critical tactical responses.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just consider the phrase, party time in Mexico City, right? It perfectly sets the stage for the kind of atmosphere the Colombian side brought with them. Imagine that energy for a second. You've got Colombia, a team that just brings this vibrant, electric, downright celebratory vibe to the pitch. When they're clicking, it literally feels like a party out there. But what makes this so captivating is who they were up against and what that overwhelming atmosphere meant for the opposing team. Because for Colombia's opponents, that party, it was meant to be a nightmare.
And that brings us to Section 1, a historic World Cup debut.
You really have to look at the stark contrast between these two squads. On one side, we have Uzbekistan. Guys, this wasn't just another game for them. This was history, a monumental, incredibly proud moment for the entire nation, playing at a World Cup for the first time ever. Literally the ultimate debutante stepping onto the biggest stage in global sports. And who's waiting to welcome them? Colombia, an established, terrifying powerhouse threat. The reports highlighted that Colombia had so many runners, just relentless attacking options, specifically pointing out Mundo as a massive threat. So you've got this beautiful, historic pride colliding head-on with a team looking to absolutely run them off the pitch.
As you might expect, Colombia wasted absolutely zero time trying to crash Uzbekistan's welcome party, which leads us directly into Section 2, Colombia's early attacking pressure.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer rapid-fire chaos of Colombia's opening strikes. Just walk through this sequence with me. Step 1. John Arias sends a clear, early warning sign. Plenty of fans inside the stadium thought it was actually going in. It was that close. Then, almost immediately into Step 2, Luis Diaz unleashes this really nice reverse shot that pings straight off the post. The pressure here is just suffocating. And finally, Step 3. The goalkeeper is forced into a frantic touch just to keep the ball out. Colombia is absolutely swarming. They are applying maximum pressure right out of the gate, basically making sure the debutantes know exactly what level of competition they've walked into.
But if you thought the newcomers were just going to fold under all that pressure, well, you're in for a massive surprise. Welcome to Section 3, Pandemonium, the shock equalizer.
One word perfectly captures the emotional peak of this entire match: pandemonium. Despite that early Colombian siege, Uzbekistan found a way to completely shift the momentum of the game. They clawed their way down the pitch, and against all the odds, against those relentless runners of Colombia, they actually scored. Zulvols found the back of the net to level the match, and the result? It sent that small pocket of Uzbekistan fans in the stadium into sheer, absolute pandemonium. It's that unscripted magic of the tournament distilled into one incredible moment.
Let's break down exactly how that historic goal materialized. So it started with the ball stepping through, albeit a bit wide, right? It wasn't a perfect, clean break down the middle. But then comes the crucial second action. The ball is played back into the danger area by Hanzov. He brilliantly keeps the play alive, and that sets up the final, glorious moment for Zuluf, who finishes the play to level the whole match. It wasn't just a lucky bounce. It was a sequence of deliberate actions. Stepping through, playing it back in, and a clinical finish that gave Uzbekistan their historic equalizer. Of course, the harsh reality of playing a powerhouse is that waking them up often comes with severe consequences. This brings us to Section 4, Colombia seals the win.
Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, because it shows the swift, clinical, and honestly inevitable response from Colombia after that shock equalizer. It starts with Puella going on the charge. There's a good save initially, but then literally 15 seconds later, Luis Diaz strikes. He manages to find the back of the net to re-establish Colombia's lead. Now Uzbekistan is just about able to get it away initially, but the pressure is just way too much. Minutes later, the barrage continues. Alias comes back on the attack, setting things up, and somehow the goalkeeper Vargas manages to keep a hold of it amidst all the chaos. But the final nail in the coffin comes just before full time. A cross and a final finishing goal for Colombia that goes in off the bar. And that's it. It's over.
So the crucial turning point ultimately comes down to this. Uzbekistan 1, Colombia 3. On paper, it's a solid 2-goal victory for the established South American side. Colombia's experience, their relentless runners, and their ability to absorb a shock and immediately strike back, it outlasted the sheer heart of the debutants. But as we all know, numbers on a scoreboard rarely tell the full story of the human emotion behind them.
Which brings us to our final thought. What does this historic, hard-fought debut mean for the future of Uzbekistan's soccer? I mean, sure, they lost 3-1 to a powerhouse team looking to party in Mexico City, but they scored, they stood under immense early pressure, they fought back, and for one brief, shining moment, they created sheer pandemonium for their fans. So is this the foundation of a new footballing power? Is this just the beginning? It's a fascinating question to consider as we watch these incredible sporting narratives unfold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope unpacking this match helped you grasp the incredible dynamics of this historic showdown. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and I'll catch you in the next one.